Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
No gasp.
Yeah, gotta change it up because I'll explain later. Welcome. This is episode 47 of the NgoVo Convo podcast, where two stupids make it hype. Isn't that right, Veronica?
Yes. Wow, the way you just worded
I know,
that.
I'm so good at that. It's been a year. It's been a year because I'm one of your hosts, Harrison No, and I'm joined by Veronica Vo.
I'm here. Right here.
Over there. And I'm over here.
He's over here. I think.
For our listeners.
Yeah.
We're on the right side. It's okay. But if you're new here, we both just want an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from anime to comics. Some would say conversing.
Oh, wow. Like NgoVo Convo, NgoVo Convo. Beat you to it.
I'm glad you could spell. I'm proud of you, Veronica.
I'm glad you could spell.
Once in a while. Not today. But you can watch every episode on youtube.com or listen to it as a podcast by searching up NgoVo Convo on your podcast service of choice. In this episode, Veronica, we are going to talk about everything but nothing because we are how old now?
1 year old. That's
Okay, I'm going to be honest. Discord cut out. I hope that caught. I'm pretty sure. I just see you mouth it. But yeah, 1 year, right?
Yeah, 1 year.
1 year of dealing with you. I mean, dealing with me. Same thing.
Same thing. We're the same.
Same diff.
We're the same. Yeah.
We are
Two stupids.
Two stupids make
Two
it.
stupids make it right and hype. Everything.
We still got it. But yeah. So essentially, kind of spoiler alert for whatever we talk about today. We're just kind of reminiscing. We're just kind of going to derail for a bit just because why not at this point? It's been 1 year.
Derail for a bit.
We're not even on track, whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever.
But if you haven't finished whatever show, series, episode, sorry.
Yeah. Pause.
Spoiler alert. Nah, it's fine. We'll
They'll be fine.
We'll be careful, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Anyway, this episode's also sponsored by Anchor, which we will get into later.
Much later.
Veronica.
Harrison.
1 year.
We are 1 year old. 1 year old.
Yes. I mean, yeah, I am. I tend to feel that way at times. I'm like,
you're a fetus.
I'm mentally at that stage.
Yeah. NgoVo is a fetus. We are 1 year in.
Man, that's
a little
crazy.
weird. A little strange.
Yeah, it's weird.
Kind of weird. Yeah.
Do you remember? I remember how, like, at some point, it really was one of those, like, we would like talking about stuff, but then it devolved into, hey, look, everyone's doing a podcast because everyone's just doing a podcast because it's the thing to do because it's a podcast. So let's just do
we were in COVID and like we weren't driving to work.
No, we needed some way to keep some sanity, right?
Yeah, exactly. Plus, we always chat on the daily, and we figured speaking to each other would be better, but it's not. Because we still chat on the side about the same. It's about the same.
Yeah.
We derail either way.
If anything, it's just fun to if anything for me in the past year, it has kept me consistent with watching shows.
Oh, same. It's kept me on spot with everything, shows and everything.
Like things that were on my list. Really, it's just it really has just become like a book club of two of us, and whoever kind of listens in, it'd be cool. But if not, it's just I don't know.
Listen to us.
I mean, yes.
As we derail.
Did you have any? I guess. Was there any shows that you felt like if we didn't do this podcast, you just leave on the back burner for forever?
I think What If? That would have been on. Yeah, that would have been on the back burner, to be honest.
What about Arcane?
Listen, that was peer pressure. I was peer pressured.
Would it be one of those? Exactly. Would it be one of those?
No, actually, Arcane would not be on the.
Actually, I feel like I would have.
I
feel like I would have said it on the side,
yeah.
Or I would have been like, "You should watch this," because at the time I'm like, "This is the top thing to watch right now, animation wise."
I think What If would have been on the back burner. I think I had high expectations of Eternals, but if I had to turn back time,
you and not me both.
Yeah.
I had low expectations for them.
Yeah. I think Eternals would have been like on the back burner too, but I didn't have high expectations for it.
Yeah.
I think those are the only two I can think of. How about you?
Recently, I would say in the last few episodes, Peacemaker. I don't know how fast I would have gotten to it because I had a few people that would tell me about it, but not enough to just push it. Yeah. Shield Hero, definitely. Because I'm actually working on that. Cough, cough.
I thought you finished. Cough, cough.
Cough, cough.
Cough.
Actually,
cough.
I did finish it, right?
I was like,
see, now I have to keep track of stuff. So yes, I actually did finish that. Man,
Boba Fett. That's
Boba
another
Fett,
one. I think
Boba Fett would be one where I would have trouble getting through, especially like the first few episodes.
Yeah.
Cough,
and we're both
cough.
not like too big of a fan of the fandom.
I'm not like super huge. I'm not super huge on the. I will say I follow some of it. Like I think I followed the video games a lot more back then, and that got me into Star Wars. I mean, actually, I would say as a kid prequels, and then that got me into the games because I like playing video games.
Oh, okay. I watched the original trilogy and the prequels.
Yeah,
I'm not the cartoons. I think I'll get into later this year, and we can probably talk about like Clone Wars or something. But
eventually,
yeah. But I think Mando, that might be my favorite like branch off.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
I think so too. I'm trying to think. I feel like a lot more stuff would push you to keep watching anime, if anything.
Yeah, I think Twitter really kept me on my toes this past year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff coming out and like filtering in. It's weird.
Yeah. I'm like looking back just to see. I mean, a lot of it is kind of, let me go to the actual podcast one. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do.
How'd you feel about our second episode was Justice League?
It was?
Yes, it was. How'd you feel about that?
Yes, because we started WandaVision and then Justice League.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I just thought it was funny how I just stayed up.
like cut too.
Yeah, it was the Snyder Cut. Like, I remember me and my fiance stayed up just watching that.
All 4 parts?
All
4 hours?
Well, yeah, because we were only going to watch halfway, and then all of a sudden we just kept going.
Going. I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I finished this. What? Can you also believe we watched... Oh, man, that's when JiuJitsu finished, too.
Yeah, JiuJitsu Kaisen Season 1.
Or... Some of this is kind of a mix of like it's finished or we relatively finished.
I think in the beginning we weren't following like the hype of everything finishing and then like recording.
Yeah.
Like we are right now, because I think we're a lot better at it now. I think back then we were just like, oh, it'll be fine. Give it like a month or two, because we started off at like an awkward spot too. I think.
Yeah, it was like the in between.
WandaVision like just finished, and then we recorded like a week later, and we were kind of like 2 to 3 weeks behind everything. Yeah,
and now I think we finally got the cadence of like how to go about things. Yeah, I think we learned how to do that pretty well. Is there anything that you feel like you got to learn from like just doing this podcast? Video editing.
Yeah, video editing, but also to not pressure us to watch like Loki like every week. Oh, I enjoyed that, but I think like
it felt like a chore, and that's when I was like, I think we both agreed. We're like, it's fun to do that, but this is where I'm like, all right, this is because we aren't people that are. This is fun to us. Like, this is just fun for us. Yeah. But we're not like super hardcore content creators where we have to keep up and do like we wanted to. Yeah. We did want to initially. We wanted to do reactions more, if anything, than like a podcast.
And we did do that with What If, because we didn't learn our lesson with
I think we actually wanted to do like reactions watching together at some point.
Oh yeah, we did.
And then we're like, oh, let's just do like a
weekly like recap. Yeah.
Cause we did low key, and at first I feel like we was like, oh, we can do it. It was one of those, oh look, we can do it.
Yeah. Because like Loki dropped on Wednesdays, and then our episodes don't drop till like the following Monday. So we thought
it was doable.
The schedule is doable. Yeah. But then for some crazy odd freaking reason, we started doing it for What If on the side. And I think that's when we learned, like, we were like, no.
No. Like, I like doing like side stuff. I'd like to believe I do. But then once we did it, I was like,
yeah. But then we kept experimenting. So I think like towards the end of 2021, it got better. Like Hawkeye, we split it. And it was like kind of like a side, like, hey, here's episode 1 through 3. And then like 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
But I think it was just like us like experimenting a lot.
It was a lot of that. That is true. I know for me, I learned a lot of that's one thing. I learned how to, because I used to like video editing back then in high school and all that. So doing all this, I think the fun part for me has been I want to make funnier thumbnails. Eventually we might just redo the format of how we have it. Right now it's just nice and clean, somewhat.
Nice and trolly.
I just don't feel like doing the whole face thing at time, like, or for every episode.
Oh, every episode, yeah.
Like for every podcast, right? I think it's fun when we do it for like our highlights or just like quick shorts.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I think the fun part for me has really just been like sending stuff to you. It's like, look, this is what we can do.
I know. We get so many ideas out of other people.
Yeah. Man. So good. So good. Man, it's still crazy to me, like, going back, I'm like, yeah, technically we started this podcast with WandaVision.
Yeah, WandaVision, yeah.
Like, at the start of, like, the Disney Plus. Or, not Disney Plus.
Yeah, Marvel Disney Plus stuff.
Marvel Disney
shows?
Plus? Okay.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Man. Did you already finish the big 3 at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to figure out if like you already started, but yeah.
Yeah, I finished the big 3 in like 2020.
That's what. See, it's all blurry. I remember it's all us talking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it was still like not height of pandemic, but definitely like
it's still in like we weren't vaccinated, so we were still at home.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that was what it was. Yeah.
But okay, but really quick, I'm just gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm just gonna leave right now. So you got this, Veronica. I'm just kidding. We're gonna take a quick break to talk about our sponsors.
On this episode, we are sponsored by Anchor. It is a free podcast hosting service that we actually use. We've been using Anchor since we've started the podcast. It's because there are creation tools that allow us to record and edit the podcast right from our phones and computers. A huge plus for us is that Anchor would distribute our podcast to all platforms such as Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, and many more. It really is everything that you need to make a podcast all in one spot. Please download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm, anchor.fm to get started.
And we're back.
Oh my goodness, what a short break. I mean, quick break.
That's the longest break. What are you talking about?
That's the longest break.
Magic of video editing.
The magic of it all.
So, Veronica.
So, Harrison.
I'm just curious, what... not solidifying what we want to do with this, but I guess, is there things that you think would be cool to do, or do you have any goals for this podcast at this point, or is it just like, I know it's just a side thing, but I was just curious if you had anything like that. Putting you on the spot, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think it'd be nice to like continue side episodes or like start like a new, I don't know, not trend, new new side episode thing. I don't know. I really want to do like watch all the Marvel movies in order and then like talk about each like and talk about each movie.
Yeah.
But I don't want to pressure us into doing it like every month or like every 2 weeks, you know?
Yeah, I feel that.
Like it shouldn't be like scheduled or anything.
Yeah.
But I do want to start that. Just because we have something planned around the summer. Cough with Marvel. But I think maybe after that episode we can potentially like maybe rewatch everything in timeline order and then like talk about it and react.
Okay. Yeah.
So I feel like that would be a good side episode.
Yeah. That'd be a fun one, especially when like because we're still gonna get MCU movies and shows and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'd be a fun way to keep up with it. Because I mean, I like Marvel stuff. I do. I like watching it. I'll rewatch it. And at times, it's crazy to think how it's been over 10 years, right?
I know.
It's over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
Man.
Yeah. How about you? Anything you want us to do? Any goals?
I mean, besides like content-wise, like where we like put our stuff, that's like that's still in the works. Cough. But
there's like cough in this episode.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just need
some energy drink.
You know what's crazy? It went from like Monster to like Celsius.
Oh yes, it did. I noticed that.
I'm trying to cut back. As I drink Celsius, which has more caffeine.
I know.
Like 20 milligrams more.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Anyway, we're digressing.
I guess for me, I guess it's nice to just keep consistency with like anime. I think what I'd like to do more of is expand to like other shows, right? Because right now we're really on top of like anime shows and like comic book movies, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we are.
Or I would like to do more like I would like to eventually do more of the DC animated movies,
which I'm catching up on, so we can start that.
We need to do that eventually.
Start that on the side.
And I don't know if that's like I don't know if that could be like a side tier list thing. That'd be fun. I think more fun for like just for me to rewatch because it's been
reminisce.
Yeah, because I watched those like throughout college. I remember, and it was always cool to see like DC like put the cool famous stories into animation again.
Yeah. The animated universe for DC is really good. I just stopped watching it in college because I didn't have a spot that like was consistent with uploading.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I kind of stopped.
That's classic DC issue.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to have like a different platform, but now they're like on HBO.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Now it's all on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Which is great. Because I've
it's
been
nice.
catching up.
Finally.
Yeah.
So I think I'd like to go, like, if anything, expand more into like other shows. But that's harder with shows because it's shows versus a movie I can like knock out in a night. Where shows I have to watch over. Yeah, that's just time.
Over a span of like a week or two.
Yeah. I think that's the next thing. I think that's the next goal is like just figuring out that cadence of like what we can do. I think for me right now it's just more like my wedding's coming up, so I had to spend more time. Once that's done, I'd like to believe I can do more things. But that's the classic thing of the classic college grad. It was like, once I graduate undergrad, I'm going to have so much time to do whatever.
Oh, yeah. And then you had to go back to grad school, just like we.
Yeah.
And we start that process all over again.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're going to get married and then you're going to move. So are you really going to be settled in this year to work everything out? Because by the time you're moved, I'm getting married. So.
GG, we're done. Like that's year 2 for us.
Yeah.
I like thought about it. I was like, oh no, that's
I know,
that's
it's like by year 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I totally agree. I think we can expand more.
I think my goal, like the big thing internally would be like putting more of our stuff on other platforms. That'd be cool.
Yeah. That'd be cool too.
I think also expanding into like other shows and talking about other stuff. So.
Yeah. Would you be interested in OnePiece is the question. I'm putting you on the spot.
I don't think I have. So to explain, I don't really have a choice. I really don't.
You don't.
Like, I have to. I have to watch. Not that I don't like it. It's just such a daunting task. All right.
No, it is. It's daunting.
It is. But I already promised my fiance, like, this is early on in our relationship. And at the time, it was just a joke. I'd be like, if we actually are serious, like, if we ever, like, she was a huge One Piece fan. She's the reason why, she and her sister are the reason why Veronica started, or one of the reasons why you started One Piece, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I bash on them for shits and giggles because it's just funny.
You do. Yeah.
But I respect that if it's going this long, it's good, right?
Yeah,
or at least that's what I like to hope.
No, chapter 1044 just came out, and it answered. It showed a lot. So that's all I will say.
Okay.
It answered and showed a lot of stuff.
I think that at the time I joked with my fiance. I was like, "All right, I'll watch it when it's done," which is never. This was like years ago.
Never. Yeah.
This is years ago. Like at the rate they're going, it is still not going to be done for like the next 5 years. Let's be real.
I would say 6. Give it 7 years.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So. But that is on the table because by the time we're married, I already promised my fiance that once we're married, I will start One Piece in whatever form or fashion. Like,
yeah, we can talk about manga too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be quicker. It'll be quicker for you to read it.
It will be quicker. I think I want to also. I don't know. I say I want to watch it because I'm a very animated. I like seeing animation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like seeing visuals like that, but I think with One Piece it might be faster.
I think the material-wise, to get out, like to cut out all the filters and like all the flashbacks, reading it would be quicker. I would recommend you to read the whole thing and like catch up to whatever chapter you're about to hit, whether it's like 1,000, 50, 60, whatever you're gonna hit. And then once you're done, like just watch, I don't know. You can start watching it by arcs because that's like the best way to watch One Piece.
That's what I heard. It's just breaking it up by arcs.
Yeah, breaking up by arcs.
Okay.
And maybe just like if you just want to watch the fights, you can like search for it. You know.
Okay.
Depends.
That's true. That's true. Because I know the one detriment to One Piece for me, from what I keep hearing, is like this is probably like the later down the line or at some point. I don't know. Or I don't know if it's the entirety of One Piece, right? And I don't know how much you watched, or did you watch it all?
I skipped the fillers.
But you watched. Okay,
but I watched it all. Yeah.
Was the issue of the timing, like how much is in an episode? You know how there's like the intro, the recap, then actual, actual plot, and then ending. Like I heard that I heard a lot of it could be like, oh, it's a lot of like delaying.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, let's get everyone's reactions. Like that was like the biggest meme I remember hearing about. It's like,
it still stays true because they don't want to catch up to the manga
super fast.
Yeah. So I think like the reason why I watched it in 3 months was because not that I was watching every day. No, I was watching it every day.
You were.
Yeah.
You were.
But I was. And I was up late too on some days.
You were.
Yeah.
I see like a message. It's like 2 a.m. You're like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god, how are you awake?
I know. It's One Piece. But yeah, their flashbacks and then their recaps are really bad at certain points in certain arcs, like the later ones, including the current one that we're on right now. But I think they do a really good job at like I think what Crunchyroll does is that you can leave comments. I think those people do a really good job at letting you know what's like new material and stuff. So I think that was my trick too.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Holy shit.
So, yeah, you can go either way.
Well, that's a hint at what we're possibly doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're kind of forced to do it. You're not really can't get out of this unless you want divorce papers on your doorstep.
Peeked out, but yeah, yeah, no, I will. Yeah, but
yeah.
Anything else, Veronica?
Nothing else. Year 1 was a good year. We just kind of experimented and
yeah, I think it's
watched
just
what
fun.
we wanted. Yeah.
I think it's just fun to do something on the side. It's just fun to actually keep. Like I said, it's a nice book club, quote unquote, in that I can actually keep up with my stuff. It's we're gonna watch the Batman. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna totally watch that. I can't wait to see how this works for movies when I move away and we're gonna be cities apart.
I know.
Then what? Then what?
We are going to have to watch it at the same night, same time, different cities.
Something like that. But it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
You got anything else though?
I don't. But year 1 is in the books.
Year 1 is in the books.
On to year 2, or currently in year 2.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I think I'm just going to close it out then. So, Thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon at NgoVo Convo. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button and notification bell to get the updates when we upload. And subscribe with that big red button.
Yes, it is.
The
big red button. Big button. Can't miss it.
Nope. But yeah, otherwise, let us know how we're doing, what you want to see next, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.